Okay, good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. This is a pitch event for KGAP Plus. KGAP Plus stands for Keihanna Global Innovation. I'm sorry. KGAP is the Keihanna Global Acceleration Program Plus, Startup Acceleration Program organized by ATL. I am Makiko Tatsumi, the director of ATR Innovation Team. Okay, so today I'm so excited to showcase our new startups from all over the world. They are selected and they participated in the program to find business partners in the Japanese market. So the detail about the program and the startups will be presented by our director later. So, okay, let's get started. Yes, so Dr. Hiroyuki Suzuki, he is the Senior Executive Vice President of the ATL, will be presenting about the program. Okay, Suzuki-san, please.
Okay, thank you, Max-san. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Suzuki of ATL, Program Director of KGAP+. During the coming 15 minutes or so, I'd like to explain what we are doing and what we are creating in a global innovation ecosystem here in Keihanna Science City. Okay, so let me start with a brief introduction to Keihanna Science City. And the Keihanna Science City is located in the western part of Japan, in the middle of Kyoto, Osaka, Nara. Now we have over 150 R&D related organizations here in Keihanna Science City. We are a key player of a global startup city composed of Kyoto, Osaka, Kobe, which was selected by Cabinet Office of the Japanese government. And there are three advantages to innovation. We are strong at R&D, we are POC-friendly city, and we are globally open. And next year, we will have two big events, Expo 2025, Osaka, Kansai, as well as our own Expo, Keihanna Expo 2025, in the same timeline between April and October next year. So in these two Expo, we have relatively a big responsibility. We are expected to contribute to exhibits of main Expo, and also we expected to contribute to Global Startup Expo carried out by METI. And Expo, Keihanna Expo 2025, we are acting as an organizer of two festivals relevant to startups and technology and science. And Keihanna Science City is the most possible post-Expo city, and we are now planning what we should do as post-Expo city after Expo 2025. So we have now three platform activities for startups and to connect their solutions with issues of Japanese enterprises, such as KGAP Plus, KGAP Explorer, and Cosine Plus. And the KGAP Plus is the most active one. We start with the solution of startups or SMEs and try to connect them with Japanese enterprises to solve the issues of Japanese enterprises. So more specifically, KGAP Plus is the acceleration program in Keihanna Science City. The goal of this program is to connect startups with Japanese enterprise, as I said. They are composed of three parts. The first one is the sourcing processes, selection processes, what we call local challenges. We do multiple selection processes and select normally 15 to 20 startups per batch. And after that, we have main program, which normally lasts 3 months. During the first 2 weeks, we try to understand their business model, technology, and what they want to do Japanese market. During the 3 months of period of time, we have normally a couple of pitching events, including Unveiling event and also demo day, to expose the startups to Japanese market. And then we select normally 5 startups to provide them with chances to expand their business outside Japan by working with our core partners. So we have completed batch 1 to 10 during over the past 5 years, as I shown here. And we accepted totally 155 startups from 17 countries, as they are divided into 16 sectors. And we, on average, introduce 9 companies per startups. And matching ratio is, I would say, as high as a bit less than 70%, 70%. And that's the reason why startup satisfaction is as high as 4.3 out of 5. So these are the list of startups participated during the batch 1 to 10. As I said, we accepted 155 startups from 17 countries. Of course, the list number has shared with Japanese startups, 34, but not outstanding. They are followed by a startup coming from Israel, Canada, India, and Spain, as you can see in the picture. Matching ratio was 68%, and startup participated in a program were successfully matched with Japanese companies, shown here as examples. They are composed of big companies, SMEs, as well as startups. Because we accept startup in different sectors, sometimes a startup matching happen. That's really good for us. And we provide startup with chances to expand their business outside Japan. For instance, during the past 2 years, we had a special program in UK, Bavaria, New York City, and Barcelona, and Taiwan by working with our core partners, which I will explain in a minute. So KGAP Plus is made possible based on this global innovation collaboration network, which we started its construction 7 years ago. It expands continuously, and now we are working with over 1,100 organizations, including 470 overseas organizations in 40 countries. We first do something innovative together, and if we agree, okay, we should continue this collaboration, we sign an MOU, which makes our collaboration official and sustainable. And after signing MOU, we call our partners, our core partners, which are now composed of 21 organizations in 13 countries, as shown here. They are coming from many European countries, such as Spain, Catalonia, Barcelona, Austria, Swiss, France, and UK, and Germany, and Lithuania, and Asian countries such as Taiwan and India, and North American countries such as Canada and the US and New York City, and Middle East countries such as Egypt and MENA and Israel. They are categorized into public or non-public organizations. So in fact, our collaboration network with core partners are expanding quite rapidly in this fiscal year, starting in April. We have signed 5 MOU during the past 3-month period of time with Swissnet in Swiss, Kaunas University of Technology in Lithuania, and CIBO and the CDA in France, and TU Wien Innovation Incubation Center in Austria. And we are expecting another 5 or 6 MOU signing during the coming 6 or 7 months within this fiscal year. This figure shows the development of global innovation collaboration network of ours. During the past 1 year, the number of collaboration organizations increased by 22%. that number of core innovation partners doubled during the past 1 year. So they are, I would say, very remarkable. We are very glad to know that. So KGAP Plus Batch 11 started June 25th, 2 weeks ago, and will end the beginning of October with Demo Day. And we selected totally 18 startups from 9 countries: Canada, Israel, Japan, Switzerland, Austria, Denmark, Finland, France, and Taiwan. And we will have a special program also this year, Taiwan, with Startup Terrace Caution in October. So we are, of course, supported by a variety of organizations acting as co-host and the cooperation organization, and as shown here. We'd like to thank you very much for their continuous support of our activities. And this is a list of management team, and as well as our great mentors. The mentors are coming from various organizations having a very good expertise in their own sectors. They are coming from consultants, industries, and local governments, and the banks, and the jet roads, and the other organizations. They are the origin of our strengths because they have their own network, so helps us quite a lot to connect startups with Japanese enterprises. And as I said, our KGAP Plus is becoming very competitive. This is a low to KGAP Batch 11. We select, as I said, 18 startups from 9 countries by repeating selection processes 10 times, and starting in April and ending the middle of June. So it took 3 months to select 18 startups. And we had 3 overseas local challenges. The first one in Taipei in March, which is followed by 2 local challenges in Europe, in France, Calogy, and Vienna in Austria. We had also a Swiss challenge at the occasion of SwissTech Tokyo 2024. So these are the 18 startups which we selected for Batch 11. As I said, they are coming from 9 countries, 3 Japan, 15 overseas. And we accept the startup for the first time from Denmark and France. And 3 startups coming from Japan are categorized in KGAP Plus Explorer. That unfortunately, one startup signers left our batch yesterday night. We are very sorry for that, but we can accept, of course, this happened. So they are startup participating in the program are divided into 7 fields of technology. What is remarkable for this batch is 1/3 of startup shared with startups ones in the healthcare and medical, 33%. That is followed by startups in material and smart devices and energy grid and so on. Of course, they contribute to SDGs. What we found is they are contributing to all 17 SDG goals, and the number of contributions are totally 67 goals. And what is, I would like to mention that they started participating in Batch 11, contribute goal 3, the best, and then 12 and 9, which is in contrast with those participating between Batch 1 to 10, they contribute goal 8 the most. We are very closely working with Kyoto Prefecture. Such initiative as Industrial Creation Leading Zone Initiative, especially in 3 initiatives on food tech and zero emission technology and art and technology. And we are expecting to introduce startups, domestic and overseas, to these initiatives. So you may have a chance to be introduce these 3 initiatives shortly. So our ecosystem is becoming better and better. Now we have a lot of players of having a market perspective. By combining this perspective with technological perspective, which we have now, our ecosystem becoming a very efficient and effective way to connecting startups with Japanese enterprises. And also, since we are working with a variety of global innovation organizations, we can now have automatically, I would say, global information of global trends in challenges and technologies and solutions and markets. That's also the origin of our strengths in innovation. So what we try to create now is this type of a global deep tech innovation network composed of 3 types of global network. The first one is global R&D network. Actually, we have already proven and solid one in this network since we accepted somewhere around 3,000 overseas researchers to ATL from 74 countries. And we are now working with 73 universities and the research institutes in 17 overseas countries to do joint R&D. So now we are focusing on to construct a global university R&D incubator network and global accelerator network to working with our partners. So this network can act an effective way to implement research outcomes and the startup solutions into real world and solve issues of global issues and domestic issues. So including 18 startups we have accepted for Batch11, we have totally accepted 117 startups from 19 countries. They are divided into 16 sectors. And what the outcome will happen during the 3 months period of time, we are looking forward to see the outcome during the coming 3 months. Okay, thank you very much, and good luck for startups, and enjoy our pitching event for audiences. Thank you.
Okay, Suzuki-san, thank you very much. Great presentation. Yes, as he said, yeah, from now on, I'm introducing the 17 very motivated startups, yes, to you. Yes, as a program manager. Okay, so we will be presenting, showcasing 70 startups by sector today. So the first sector is AI or data. Yeah. So we have one startup, so the IPS, yes, Intelligent Product Solutions from Canada. Yeah, he was nominated by our Canadian very good partner, National Research Council, IRAP, Industrial Research Assistant Program. So Daniel, you are ready? Okay, so
Sure,
yes, IPS provide AI-driven DX, digitalization solutions. Yes, they have already proven the company in the Japanese market, but of course they still looking for the new partner. Okay, so Daniel, please share your screen. Yeah, you have 6 minutes in the 4-minute Q&A. So please, to audience, please send a question, comment, or feedback in Q&A box. You will see the Q&A box on your Zoom screen, right? So please send a message or question. I will pick up after the pitching, and Daniel will be answering on spot. So Daniel, please start.
All right, thank you very much. Ohio, my name is Daniel Zhang. I'm the founder and CEO of Intelligent Product Solutions, IPS. IPS is an AI engineering technology and service company. We engineer with intelligence to accelerate your digital transformation. So the company is established 5 years ago. We have been growing pretty fast. We're a Vancouver, Canada-based company. We also now expanding, building our technology center in India, and also established a very large digital service company in Cebu, Philippines. We also have a Japanese project engineer manager based in Tokyo, serve our customers in Japan. So as I said, the company started with 5 people of us. Now we are a global company with 110 people and serving customers globally. So IPS is focusing on process manufacturing industry, whether it's oil and gas, chemical, power utilities, pharmaceutical, or equipment manufacturing. All these companies or industry are focusing on digital transformation now. The market is growing significantly quick. The current digital manufacturing market is evaluated about 500 billion, but I think this is just start. From the market trends that can go into the next 10 years with significant growth. So what do you do? In the digital transformation for manufacturing industry, there are a few focus, whether it's do Industry 4.0, whether you do safety improvement, whether you do emission reduction, or you're doing digital transformation in your manufacturing management system. They all need one thing. They need data. The challenge is a lot of data are actually reside in the drawings and documents. They are not digital. This particular challenge in Japan, where paper drawings and documents still exist in lots of manufacturing industry. So what we do, we solve engineered data problem. So we get engineered data from through our AI. How big this market is? On average, and manufacturing side, we will have over 2 million pages of engineering drawings document. And every day, our manufacturers still generate those PDFs, Word documents, and giving them to their customers. This is a huge market and a huge demand for the data. So what do? We build iEng AI platform. Our platform will turn the drawings and documents into engineering data, the structured engineering data, to enable digital transformation in many aspects of the manufacturing industry. And the benefit of that will making that digital transformation much faster with much lower cost. So this is our platform. We take engineering drawings and documents from your manufacturing side, your operation, from your engineering company, from your maintenance program, or from manufacturers, the vendors. Our AI will going through either is the drawing AI or is the document AI, focusing, extracting data and structuring data and integrate them into digital work process, whether it's for digital twin asset management, procurement, engineering, digital handover for construction or maintenance. Our data we integrated, supply to the system to enable those digital transformation. And since our commercialization 2 years ago, we have many customers globally, and you can see quite a few Japanese companies listing here. For engineering, we have been working with Toyota, GGC, Toyo, and we have done quite a few projects with Mitsubishi. So we're also expanding our business with our major partners globally. We're working with Seppure in Canada, doing one of the largest digital transformation for the largest nuclear plant here in Canada. Aviva is one of the largest engineering solution company in the world. We are their AI engine for their digital transformation. In Japan, particularly, we have been working with Mitsubishi since last year, and we have done quite a lot of work with them. There are use cases in the Mitsubishi heavy industry. We use our AI to digitize their engineering drawings for parts numbers, to link that to supply quick response to our customers. We have been working with Mitsubishi Chemical to do digital transformation for their 3 large sites to turn their engineering drawings into intelligent drawings. We also now working in a project with Mitsubishi Machinery, building an document management system for trade document from customer inquiry to all the way to the shipment. There are lots of manual work in that system. Using AI, we can reduce quite lots of manual work and estimate annual saving for that will be about $3 to $5 million just to processing all their trade document. Why we are here? Based on our success working with Mitsubishi, we know there are lots of companies that similar use case. And also, I used to live in Japan. I work in the Japan manufacturing. I know there are lots of paperwork there. I know there are tons of engineering data needs to be extracted from those or convert those papers into data. I also understand there's still a lot of manual work because of those paperwork or documents. How we can work together, looking at the companies who are going through digital transformation or partners who are actually accelerating that digital transformation. We're looking at the partners, companies to work with us so we can help you and accelerate your digital transformation with our AI and saving your money and make it faster. So thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Okay, Daniel, thank you very much. Great presentation. Okay, you got the two questions so far. The first question is that do you have experience with plants and factories in Japan?
Yes, as I mentioned, we actually been working with quite a few projects in Japan. So Mitsubishi Chemical we're doing right now because they have their PIDs in paper. So we're converting using our AI. We also work from Mitsubishi Machinery. They have lots of engineering drawings. Those are manufacturers. So they're making compressors, Mitsubishi compressors. We work for their engineering drawings to extraction parts number for them. So that's why we actually have a Japanese project manager there working there with those ongoing projects.
Okay, you have more questions. Yeah, congratulations on the partnership with Mitsubishi. So the question is that are small and medium enterprises, SME, also your target?
We actually normally small medium company we typically work as a partner instead of a customer. Majority of customers you look at earlier our slide, most we are B2B and our customer most are large company. But we do work with multiple small medium company from a partner perspective, either integration or looking at partners providing the tools and solutions for them, providing service for certain customers.
Okay. The next question, if you are matched with a Japanese company, what kind of POC or pilot test would you do?
So in Japan, we have done quite a lot of POC and pilot. Typically, we try to help them to solve problem, especially anything to do two things, whether they have drawings documents, they need to get data out. Second thing is wherever they have manual work. If they have to use document to cross-checking them, compare them, they have to do lots of manual work in there, which I know there are a lot. So that's where we do. We typically will do a pilot project, understand their need, especially in the manufacturing side, we have experience, and see what we can do to reduce those manual hours or remove those manual hours, or get data for their management system.
Okay, good. Now, another question. Okay, can you treat Japanese language?
So language perspective, actually nowadays, from a text perspective, there are we integrate OCRs from different languages. So obviously the drawings document we deal today with Mitsubishi Chemicals or Machinery, they have Japanese characters on that. So we are using our process to looking at those as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Daniel. Yeah. That's a very good solution. Yeah. Great. And thank you
very much.
Yeah. Thank you for audience.
Appreciate
For sending the many questions. Yeah. I'm so happy. Okay. The next sector is energy, Greentech. Yeah. Of course, this sector is very booming. We have the three companies in this sector. The first company is again from Canada, Calogy Solutions. Yes, yeah, today Luke is presenting the Calogy Solutions. They offer innovative thermal management solutions for electric hydrogen transportation. Okay, Luke, please share your screen and set the pitch.
Great, thank you very much, Maki. It's an honor to be here today and to share this with you. So my name is Luc Frechette. I'm co-founder and CTO of Calogy Solutions, where we're accelerating electrification by innovating with thermal management solutions. We are a company that's been around for 4 years now with about 20 employees located in Quebec, Canada. We're a very innovative company focusing on bringing disruptive technologies to the energy sector. We've been recognized through various prizes. We're actually proud of that also. One of the challenges we're focusing on right now is electrification of vehicles, for which heat is really a killer. Heat can make batteries catch fire. It can limit their performance or the range of the vehicle, and actually is a major portion of the price of the vehicle. And actually monitoring the temperature is one of the key aspects to improve all of these roadblocks towards electrification at a larger scale. So our secret to this is our Unity. It's a plate which is very highly thermally conductive, 10, 20, 100 times more conductive than copper. This plate actually is a magical plate which we integrate within a battery pack in order to manage heat. By doing so, we can actually improve aging of the battery dramatically and increase the range also in cold conditions. And all of this is done with a very simple plate which has no fluidic connections, no electricity. It's 100% passive. So you will ask me, what is the magic? How does this work? Well, actually, if we look at this battery pack in which we have Unity here, and we zoom into this plate, there's actually liquid on the inside, and it operates under the principle of a heat pipe or a vapor chamber. So inside, there's water that evaporates when it absorbs heat from the cell. Then the vapor travels to the other end, where it can be rejected to the ambient through a fan. It condenses back in liquid form and is pulled back by wicking, like a paper towel will pull water back into the zone where the cells are. And it evaporates again. This happens passively and transports heat very efficiently, leading to only 1 or 2 degrees of temperature difference between the different areas of this part. It's very thin, it's lightweight, it's made of very recyclable materials, and it allows us to bring a new solution to thermal management in batteries. We also have a battery pack, so we've integrated vertically and went further to offer a battery solution which integrates our Unity, our thermal management technology. It actually allows us to offer for a broad range of markets that are off-road, industrial, recreative products, fast charging, high power batteries. So it's really making this even more accessible to companies who are not big enough to make their own batteries. Larger companies, we sell them directly the Unity, which they integrate in their battery pack. So we've been lucky to work with many players, including Yamaha in Japan, who are evaluating our technology, as well as automotive players, aerospace players, motors like ABB, and a host of other companies who are making stationary storage and industrial applications. We work with these partners with them to get them to discover our product, to rethink how they make their batteries to make them safer and last longer. Compared to other solutions, our Unity has high performance, even better than typical liquid cooling or similar to it, but with a simpler and lower cost implementation. We can actually have this high performance with air as the cooling approach. Typically, air cooling of batteries is not very efficient, so it's been dropped by manufacturers. But now they're using liquid cooling, which is very complex, and there's safety issues with it. So we alleviate these while maintaining and even increasing performance. So what we're looking for is to do a joint development with partners who are making electric vehicles, either for their batteries, for their motors, or their power electronics, or also fuel cells. It can be in any electrification area, including automotive and aerospace, for which our product has specific advantages. We've worked previously with Japanese partners in this, and as we said earlier, but even in our other contexts in the past. And we're open to either provide the technology or also license it for people who want to manufacture themselves or with a preferred OEM for their products. So thank you very much for your attention. It'd be a pleasure to take your questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, very good solution, I believe. And you have the question from audience. Can you show us some experimental data comparing Calogy with conventional cooling plates?
Yes, we do have this data available. I was not expecting to show it here in live, but let me see if I can quickly find it within this battery pack. So this slide deck, see if I have it here available in these slides. I apologize, I don't have the slides here for this direct data comparison, but it will be a pleasure to show more of it.
Yes.
What we see when we do the comparison, we ran back-to-back battery pack with liquid cooling and one with our Unity. And the Unity actually had more uniform temperature than the competitor with the cold plate. Since the cold plate, the liquid does come in hot and exits cold. Here it is actually. There we go. So, oops, sorry. So we have, for example, the yellow and green lines. These here is Unity, our technology with air and liquid cooling on the outside of the module. And here we have a traditional cold plate, which is put within the battery pack. Just to be more explicit, we have a battery pack, one with Unity in it, and another one with cold plates within it. So the one with the cold plates, depending on how it was operated, reach too high of a temperature and too high of a temperature gradient. Usually we don't want to go above 5 degrees. So our Unity kept it below 5, whereas the cold plate unfortunately went above 5 degrees of temperature uniformity. Same thing with temperature, it was increasing too high. This would be an example of some data that we have, and we have much more to share.
Yeah, that's right. Very useful, helpful. Okay, next question. You got many questions, so one by one. Okay, have you approached Chinese market? I think they are more enthusiastic about EVs than Chinese market.
Yes, we have not yet approached the Chinese market. Simply 2 barriers to entry, but it's definitely something we'll be interested to go more into. However, hybrids are a very good application for this because they also have batteries, power electronics, and even those batteries have high peaks of power. So they're very well adapted to our solution. So I know hybrids is more popular, and it's a good match actually for our technology.
Yeah, I agree that. Okay, how much more will it cost to use your solution compared to regular cooling plates? The cost.
We have done a back-to-back comparison for the Ford Mach-E, and we have found approximately equivalent cost. The reason is we remove a lot of glycol and weight out of the system. That makes the whole battery module simpler. And we actually can use our technology as a structural component. So we can remove other parts of the battery pack and replace it with our plates. So doing so, we got about equivalent cost and lighter weight for our solution.
Understood. Okay, do you think it would be beneficial to collaborate with Japanese agency, the distributor?
Yes, we do, because we believe the Japanese market and community is always looking for top quality and performance, and they'll be excited once they discover our technology. So we have a feeling that it's a question of getting it out there, and we've had great experience with Yamaha, and we'd love to repeat that with other partners.
Great. Have you had any difficulties in sourcing components and materials?
Well, the Unity itself is very simple. It's mostly aluminum with a little bit of copper. So that has not been a challenge for us up to now. However, our battery module itself is more challenging, especially for the cells. So our volumes are increasing at this point, and purchasing and acquiring the cells is always a challenge in itself. So for us, that is something we are working strong onto to establish partnerships in order to facilitate our supply chain of cells.
Makes sense. Okay, the question for you is, we all done. Okay, Luke, thank you very much. Great presentation. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, the next company, so Seppure, okay, from Canada. Yes, very deep technology. Seppure develop energy efficient organic solvent nanofiltration product to enable industrial decarbonization and solvent recycling. Okay, all right. So today, Hafiz presenting their technology. Okay, please.
Hi, good morning and good evening to everyone. My name is Hafiz. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Seppure Technologies, and we are a global leader in chemical-resistant and infiltration membranes with a strong focus on chemical separations. We are based in Canada and in Singapore, and we have a 10,000 square foot manufacturing facility based out of Singapore, and we are planning to build a larger one in Calgary in 2025, in late 2025. So as a pure play membrane technology company, we focus on 3 core capabilities: technology, manufacturing, and solutions. So our technology pillar not only encompass the membranes themselves, which are the foundation of our existence, but also includes everything necessary to make the technology work. This includes the glue that seals the membrane fibers, the membrane modules that make the membranes practical and usable, and also the process design. The manufacturing pillar focuses on our supply chain, the production activities, and our commitment to quality, health, safety, and the environment. And finally, our solutions pillar is where our green membrane technology is packaged into solutions targeting various industries and applications. So by focusing on making the best membranes possible, we collaborate with OEM and EPC partners to deliver optimal results. So now let's talk about the problem we are solving. There are 2 main issues that we'd like to address. Firstly, single-use solvents are not being recovered. Solvent users often outsource disposal of their solvent waste to third-party waste collectors, where at least 50% of the solvent waste ends up incinerated. And secondly, even when solvents are recovered, the process is not efficient. So large facilities using enormous amounts of solvents tend to recover them in-house, but their processes consume significant amounts of energy and water for heating and cooling. So by replacing conventional evaporative methods with a pressure-driven separation process, we can reduce energy consumption by 90% on OPEX, by 50% with a visible ROI of around 2 to 3 years. To illustrate, imagine you need to concentrate 1 cubic meter of dilute methanol and water solution. You could get the job done by boiling off the water, or you could achieve the same results using nanofiltration, which uses 580 times less energy. So we have developed an advanced nanofiltration technology platform that enables 3 core solutions to decarbonize industries. Resolve is targeted at single-use solvent users. Integrating Resolve into operations significantly reduce waste and environmental impact, while also cutting costs associated with fresh solvent purchase and waste solvent disposal. Our second solution aims to displace large-scale solvent distillation with our nanofiltration solution to achieve the same outcome at a fraction of the energy, cost, and carbon footprint. And finally, Decarbon improves carbon capture systems by using membranes to regenerate the CO2 adsorbent in a heatless process. So Resolve and Dissolve are commercially ready solutions that can be implemented via a leasing model or an EPCI with a long-term service contract respectively, and our decarbon solution will be available in 2025. So now let's look into the underlying technology, which is at least 10 times better than the competition due to 3 key features. So firstly, our material is incredibly resilient, allowing it to withstand strong organic solvent with no effect on the membranes. In contrast, the conventional water membranes like the one you see on the left dissolve within a minute. So this inherent weakness is why conventional membranes are rarely used outside of water applications. Next, our unique formulation and process create membranes that promotes high-speed separation. And finally, our membranes are mechanically strong to be made into hollow fibers, providing 5 times the surface area of conventional spiral modules, and this allows for more efficient and more compact design. So we have successfully applied our technologies in various industrial sectors, and here are a few examples. In the specialty chemicals and pharmaceutical sector, we have helped plants recover ethyl acetate and acetonitrile from their waste streams, achieving solvent recovery rates of 75% to 95%, with solvent purity exceeding 99.5%. And in the edible oil refining plants, our solution dramatically reduces steam and energy used in distillation by removing over 90% of the extraction solvent without using any heat. So at Seppure, we aim to catalyze an industry-wide transformation, substantially reducing energy usage and environmental impact across vital sectors. Therefore, we welcome the industry to collaborate with us. Test our technology with your samples and take a stepwise approach that entails piloting in the lab and running a demonstration plan and ultimately achieving full-scale implementation. So we envision a world where our separation solutions set the gold standard for performance and efficiency, and we believe that by working together, we can bring the industries closer to net zero. Thank you.
Okay, very much. Thank you very much. Okay, great. Yes, the question for you is that, what is your track record? How many sites have you already your product user?
Yeah, so currently these are the companies that we are working with. As you can see, there are a number of Japanese companies. The first plant that's going to be installed in the refining facility in Singapore would be in 2 months. So we are already building the pilot plant in Europe, and it will be shipped and be installed in the oil refining facility in Singapore. And then 6 months later, we will be installing a second plant in Malaysia. Also a Japanese company, Nissin Oilio, not shown here, which is we've onboarded them in the middle of last year, and very quickly it has gone from piloting in the lab to in-field piloting in 6 months from now. So this is just a snapshot of the companies that we've been working with. A number of them are in the in-field piloting stage, and quite a few dozens of them are in the lab pilot phase.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, the next question, how do you handle equipment maintenance and the after-sales service when dealing with Japanese customers?
So we in certain markets, so basically this is our business model, right? So we are, as a pure-play membrane technology company, we just focus on making the best membranes possible. And for different markets, we will work with local OEMs, local distributors, and local EPCI contractors. Especially in the Japanese market, we work with companies like Keihanna, Nagase, the distribution companies that interface directly with the local entities. And what we have with them are basically distribution agreements and service agreements, and the Japanese companies will then handle the rest, which is servicing. But in order for that to be successful, of course we have to do a lot of training. To train them, it takes a few months to train once the equipment is installed. We need to train the local distributors on how to distribute, how much stock to keep to ensure a consistent supply for the users, and a host of a lot of other things that we are learning in the process. So this is something that we started around 6 or 9 months ago, and we are still learning.
Great. Okay. Your target is a company that recycle waste solvent. Is that correct?
Yes. 2 targets. So firstly, companies that are in their manufacturing process, where they are manufacturing performance materials, pharmaceuticals, or semiconductor products, and they are using solvent in any of their processes. It can be as a synthesis medium, it could be as a cleansing for their reactors, and they are using it once and they are throwing it. And instead of throwing it and incinerating the solvents, we want to encourage them to recover in-house. So that is our first customers target. And the second are customers that are basically oil refining plants that are using solvent in huge extraction facilities, looking at around 100,000 metric tons of oil a year, those kind of size. we are targeting, they already have solvent recovery systems based on distillation, and we are encouraging them to install our system right before their distillation unit, and in that way they could reduce the load, the heating load, the steam load by 90%.
Very clear. Okay, yeah, that's all. Thank you very much. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. The next startup is Reblade, Frank from Denmark. The Canadian startups are nominated by the NRC, and the Reblade from Denmark was nominated by EU Japan Center. So Frank, thank you very much for joining us very, very early morning. Yes, Reblade offer the drone-based solution for automated repairs on erode turbine blade with impact. Okay, so Frank, please share your screen and present us the great pictures. I like that.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning. Share here.
Yes.
Just a sec. I should be full screen by now, and I hope it's showing at your screens. All right. Thank you for a nice introduction. As stated, my name is Frank, and I'm here to present Reblade as we bring to market a drone that flies up to repair damaged wind turbine blades, which is a growing and massive problem. Currently, the approach to handling the leading edge erosion, the main damage to wind turbine blades, is a manual approach where specialists are climbing in ropes. They need to be of a certain mindset to work at such heights, but they also need a lot of education and certification to be allowed to do so, which becomes slow and manual, of course. I'm not 100% sure that the video is showing as fluid and smooth at your end as it is at my end, but this is a video of our drone flying up, landing on a blade, showing the speed at which it processes, repairs the leading edge of the turbine blades before it flies down. If it is laggy, I do apologize. We have developed and positioned our technology to improve on the biggest cost category in the lifetime of a wind turbine, namely that of maintenance and its two biggest subcategories. And the leading edge erosion that was mentioned affects all blades. There are no exceptions. All wind turbine blades suffer from this as they operate and as they rotate around with tip speeds of 350 kilometers an hour or more. And the intro I did on the manual work is the dominant approach. As you can see here, it's purely done manually. 99% or more is done that approach. And the critical shortage of these specialists is growing to around 150,000 globally, which is why with the current growth, the problem is actually growing a lot worse. And with the current growth, I also referenced the size of the turbines, not just the market growth. Because when you have bigger turbines, you tend to move them offshore because, you know, a lot of people like myself like looking at them and make money on them, but not all do. And few people like listening to them. I don't like listening to them either. Point being, though, that once you go offshore, you go big. It's just more efficient for the output, but you also have bigger turbines break down faster. And when you then position the turbines in a harsher environment, you have an even faster erosion, which has decreased the time until repairs over the last years from 3 to 5 on average for globally to just 2 years offshore. So we bring in a scalable solution that can be used by regular service teams where you don't need specialists and where they can do an automated and high quality repair automatically, of course, and they can do it very fast. Instead of the usual 4.5 to 5 days of manual work to repair 3 blades, it's now possible to do it in 4.5 hours. And our technology is the first solution developed for offshore. We are bringing the first product to market this year, which will be at half speed and will work in collaboration with these rope access specialists. And next year we will have a version ready that is full speed and does not require working in collaboration with rope access specialists. So you can stay on the ground next year and simply fly it up. Our competitors are, well, to be fair, a bit clunky, and they are definitely slow. And they replicate the need for specialists because they are really difficult to use in reality. Since their technology was developed 8 years ago, it was a completely different approach, and it's heavy tech that can't be transitioned from boat to an offshore turbine. We lease our technology. We don't sell it. Hardware as a service is the business model. And we're on contract for the first 12 drones to a wind energy company, global. And we have ongoing negotiations for pilot projects and repairs with wind farm developers, asset owners, service companies, and also OEMs. We are a small and global team. We're currently 12 people, growing to 18 to 20 over the next 14 to 15 months. We've sourced people, recruited from all over the world, UK, India, Malaysia, Ukraine, Russia, now Pakistan, Egypt. Denmark is a small country. To get specialists, we need the best of the best. We need to source globally. We are looking to do a pilot project, 3 months. We start out with a factory acceptance test, moving into a site acceptance test, and then of course looking to then close a commercial contract on leasing our technology. And we are trying to do our bit to assist in the green transition and to help ease the move away from fossil fuel to renewable energy. All right, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Frank. Yeah, very innovative solution. I think you got, yes, you got the question. What size is drone? How long can your drone be active on a single charge?
Yeah, all right. So the drone operates, depending on the wind conditions, from 15 to 17 minutes. And we require 9 minutes for operating on the blade. We fly up and then do a processing of the surface, a grinding. We are only on the blade for 2 minutes. The remaining 7 minutes is flight, getting up there and getting back down. And we do that 3 times per blade. We fly up and we do the grinding, come back down, switch the processing tool, the repair tool, fly up and do the cleaning of the blade, come down, and then we fly up and do the coating of the blade. So 3 times 9 minutes, if you will, with a battery change each time, so that we have a safety buffer for operation.
Okay, what is the size of your drone?
We need 2 by 2 meters to take off. So if we are on a CTV, a crew transfer vessel offshore, or if you need to be around the drone, it physically needs 2 by 2 meters to take off.
All right. Okay. Next question. Do you train the specialist for remotely control the drone? Can you quickly train up existing maintenance staff?
Yeah, you can easily and fast train existing service teams. They need to go and get a drone pilot certificate. It's a 40-minute test, costs you in Europe €9. It's very cheap. It's the easiest and first class of drones, called the open class. So you have the very light drones up to 250 grams. You can just fly without any certifications. The next class goes from 250 grams to 25 kilos. And our total solution with maximum takeoff weight, all tools on board, is sub 25 kilos. So that's all you need. And then we train them for 2 days in our specific approach. So in short, you need to be legally certified, which you do online. That has nothing to do with Reblade. Once you're allowed to fly that kind of drone, we train your service teams in 2 days, and then they can actually perform what used to be a specialist operation, repairing damaged blades. They can actually do it without this skill set. The drone will do it automatically for them.
Okay, the next question is about the Japanese market. I believe that the window power generation business in Japan is still small in scale. Please tell us why you are aiming to expand your business to Japan under these circumstances.
Yeah, we're actually focused on Japan and Vietnam. We also have focus on China, but we do particularly like Japan for its historical record with introducing high-tech solutions. So whether the size is big or small, the problem is growing, and you need to make money on it. So for us, Japan is a nice bridge where we have high business ethics, high-tech solutions. And along with Vietnam, we like the market.
Okay, thank you. You have one more question, but the time is limited. Please answer it by yourself or text, okay? Okay, Frank, thank you very much. All right, so we will move to the next sector. That is a healthcare or medical. That is the big sector in this part. Okay, the first startup from this sector is FairMed Japan. Sumire, are you there? Okay, good. FairMed is developing the AI-powered software that helps brain surgery. Okay, so Sumire, please present your technology.
Okay, thank you for your introduction. Good day, everyone. I'm Seppure Canada, the founder of FairMed, and we are developing a revolutionizing healthcare with our groundbreaking AI-powered navigation system, the GPS for endovascular surgery. And our mission is to optimize patient outcomes and save lives. Let's talk about stroke. I think everybody knows it's a global crisis affecting 17 million new patients per year worldwide. And one critical type in stroke is subarachnoid hemorrhage, which is said SAH, and often caused by the aneurysm rupture. And in Japan alone, 60.3 million people, that's 5% of the population, are living with aneurysm. And recently, endovascular surgery using catheters and stents has become the preferred treatment, and it's less invasive and requires shorter hospital stays compared to the open skull surgery. And for SAH, the surgeons typically use embolization coils to prevent aneurysm rupture. And in Japan, about 50,000 such surgeries are performed annually. But there is a problem. The treatment rate, retreatment rate is staggering at 10%, and each surgery costs about 1.8 million yen, and resulting in a total loss of 2.7 billion yen medical expenses due to the retreatment. And the high retreatment rate stems from two critical challenges in endovascular surgery. First, we are dealing with an incredible diversity of aneurysms. Each one is unique and varying in the shape, neck width, size, and location within the brain. And the variety makes the standardized treatment very difficult. And the second challenge lies in the medical device choices. And each manufacturer in this field offers an extensive range of products. And there are dozens of different lengths and sizes for each type of device. So when you multiply this by the number of major companies in the market, 5 or 6 of them, you end up with a staggering selection. So the surgeons are faced with hundreds of potential device options for any given procedure. And this combination of diverse aneurysm characteristics and an overwhelming number of device choices creates a complex decision-making environment. And even for the experienced surgeons, selecting the optimal device for each unique case is not easy, and often leading to the blood re-entering the aneurysm. So we provide an innovative solution to address these challenges. We are developing an AI system that serves as a GPS for endovascular surgery. effectively replicating the skills of expert surgeons. And our AI will be trained on a vast database on past experts' cases. And our system analyzes the X-ray images and the patient records in real time and providing the surgeons with crucial guidance tailored to each unique patient. And our solution is very practical and efficient approach to decision support. The AI doesn't just provide abstract recommendations, it suggests the specific devices that the surgeon is already familiar with and comfortable using. And our system goes a further step for the each suggested device. It predicts the embolization rate, which shows how effectively the device will block the blood flow to the aneurysm, and estimates the probability of the needing retreatment. And this comprehensive information empowers surgeons to make more precise decisions. And now you might be thinking of Mentis and SimCure. They provide the preoperative coiling planning software, but our product is a little different, and we can be used during the surgery, adapting to ever-changing conditions. And our AI-based approach allows for truly personalized choices. And the market. The surgical navigation software market is booming, growing at 14.2% CAGR, and the overall market size is $23.3 billion, with the neurosurgical navigation software at $2.5 billion. And our focus, the neuroendovascular surgery navigation software, is estimated at $1 billion. It's about 40% of the neurosurgical segment. And our team is backed by experts, advisors in business, regulatory affairs, and intellectual property. And we are now doing fundamental research and product development, and we plan to achieve MVP in next year. And we are actively seeking partners for collaborative research, a full-time CDO, and FDA regulatory affairs specialist to join our mission. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, very good presentation. What is your business model?
As we're planning to collaborate with a university or a research institute to make it and pay for the license fee. And we will OEM to the medical device manufacturer and supply our product to a medical device dealer to the hospital.
Okay. How much would your retreatment be from the current 10% by using your AI? So how much would
yes.
retreatment be from the current 10% by using your AI?
Yes, because we are still doing our fundamental research, we do not have the correct figure, but we are aiming to reduce the percentage to 2 to 5%. That's our goal.
Okay. Do you have a patent also?
Yes, we are talking with the university because I belong to Kobe University, so I am negotiating with our university.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Sumire.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we look for. We hope you find the great academic partner in this program. Okay. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. The next company is from Canada again. Yeah, Boreaceutique. So Alain, it's your turn. Boreaceutique is a biotechnology company specializing in the develop the active ingredient from a plant. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Ohayou gozaimasu. Hajimemashite. I'm Alan Thibodeau, Director of Scientific Affairs at Boreaceutique, and I will be talking about eco-friendly extraction of bioactive molecules from agri-food byproducts for cosmetic, pharmaceutical, and nutritional markets. Boreaceutique was founded by two academic researchers, both having a strong expertise in phytochemistry and pharmacology. We use that knowledge to fill in a gap in the field of cosmeceutical ingredients to meet important criteria of efficacy, safety, and eco-responsibility. The highly qualified team at Boreaceutique succeeded to put in place an enzyme-assisted technology to extract bioactive molecules from plants from the Canadian boreal forest. A concern that we see not only in cosmetics but in many other fields is that very often active ingredients are extracted using organic solvent. Our solution to that is indeed a water-based enzymatic process to extract bioactive components from various biomass. In this process, we use food-grade enzymes to target plant cells. These enzymes will create breaches, openings within the plant cell wall through the breakdown of cellulose fibers. This provides an easy access to the plant cell vacuole that contains the bioactive components, such as polyphenols and flavonoids. So, three key advantages will arise from this process. First, we can extract bioactive molecules in water without the use of any organic solvent. We bring eco-responsible, safer, and efficacious ingredients. And using no solvent means simpler operation, reduced cost, safer products, and less impact to the environment. This slide summarizes the enzymatic process. We have a picture of our factory. And in this facility, the biomass is first grinded, placed into a reactor filled with water. We add the food-grade enzymes and we let the reaction to occur. At some point, we can add a fraction of vegetable oil that becomes a carrier for lipophilic molecules. The primary extract we obtain is then separated through a tricanter into a water fraction that contains the hydrophilic molecules and an oil fraction that will contain the lipophilic components. Our market goals are first to create strong differentiation from competition by using a completely natural biomimetic extraction technology. We do know that consumers will request more and more natural products, not only in cosmetics, but for any product they purchase. Our enzyme-assisted extraction technology is using only water as a solvent, so there is no need to bring energy to evaporate the solvent after extraction. Indeed, our enzymatic extraction technology generates 400 times less carbon dioxide in comparison to standard extraction procedures using solvent. Here I would like to illustrate the different avenues of partnership we are aiming at. First, we use biomass, various plants from the Canadian boreal forest, as a substrate for our enzyme-assisted extraction. We can produce various active ingredients, natural pigments, for which there is a strong demand on the market. And in Japan, we are already associated with Matsumoto Trading. Matsumoto is our exclusive distributor, so they can promote these ingredients to manufacturers of cosmetic products in Japan. And this is the first avenue of partnership. Having more customers will be very beneficial for us and also for Matsumoto Trading. Another aspect of the partnership will be to have access to key biomass from Japan. We see here the purple potato or residues from fermentation that can become substrate for the enzymatic extraction process through which we can produce various ingredients. That can be promoted in Japan again through Matsumoto or to any country in the world through our distribution network already established by Boreaceutique. So here I wanted to emphasize the two main avenues of partnership that we are looking for. So, domo arigatou gozaimasu. I'm open to questions.
Yes, thank you very much, Alain. Yeah, I think you got the question. Yes, can your technology be applied to rice? Can you extract variable components?
You mean from rice?
Yeah, the kome, rice.
Yes, indeed. Rice, the bran from the rice that contains pigments, especially if we talk about black rice, the bran from black rice that is a residue from rice preparation could be a very good substrate to extract pigments. And we do know pigments are not only colors, but they're also endowed with very strong biological activity. So indeed, yes.
Okay. Please tell us more about biomass to which your technology can be adapted. What agricultural product will be suitable?
I will maybe put this slide here. That could be any products, again, any residues from agri-food activities. Here I put two different examples. One example is Labrador tea, the tea that would be the green tea from Canada or boreal tea. This is something we already extracted. We proceed to the molecular characterization. We see various kinds of molecules. We do some in vitro testing, and depending upon the molecule that we extract, we can figure out different applications. Very interesting that with green tea, we can extract quercetin, a very strong molecule without any solvent. So this is a kind of unique. And I put as another example the purple potato, through which we can have different kinds of molecules. Chlorogenic acid that is known to reduce resistance to insulin, and peonidine, that is again a pigment that has been shown to increase longevity. So there could be a fit for food products, cosmetic, etc. So any kind of biomass could be applied. We first proceed to the characterization of the molecules we have in hand, and then we can direct what kind of applications can be derived from it.
Okay, how about Japanese tea?
This is something that could be a very, very wonderful substrate. This is a product that is very, very well known. That product has been used for so many years in various kind of products. But with our kind of technology, that could be a way to rediscover Japanese tea, to extract different types of molecules.
Okay, great. Very interesting technology. Thank you very much, Alain.
Thank you.
The next, again, biotech. Okay, Hyasynth, Alex. Yes, Hyasynth offer reliable ingredient for CBD product that can reduce 90% of environmental footprint and the cost effectiveness. Okay, Alex, please tell us more.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the introduction, Mako. It's great to be here. Hello, everybody. My name is Alex Campbell. I'm the co-founder and chief scientific officer of Hyasynth Bio. And today I'm here to tell you a little bit about how Hyasynth is removing cannabis from the CBD supply chain and why this is actually a great thing for Japan. So you've probably heard of CBD before, and you might be wondering, why exactly are these products so popular? Well, CBD is one of the active ingredients in the cannabis plant. It's non-psychoactive, meaning there is no intoxication associated with it, and it's responsible for many of the medical benefits of cannabis. CBD's greatest property is probably that it is a very powerful stress reliever. Most people deal with a lot of stress in their daily lives. I know I do personally, and for me, CBD is just like the Advil of stress release. Whenever I'm stressed, I take one and I can just feel the stress melt away with no real side effects. So if stress is a problem with anyone's life here, I would strongly recommend you to go buy some. It's great. It works really well. Because CBD is also very helpful at getting people to relax, It's also very effective as a sleep supplement. About a third of the world will struggle with sleep problems at some point in their lives, and so CBD sleep supplements have enormous market potential. Lastly, CBD is a very powerful anti-inflammatory, and this means it has a wide array of topical applications. And so it's very common to see CBD in creams to reduce muscle or arthritic pain. And it's also very common to see CBD in products in the personal care sector, such as creams and different cosmetics. And so all in all, CBD represents a 2.2 trillion yen market globally that's growing rapidly as more and more countries change the regulations to allow for CBD products. But there are some big problems in the CBD industry that are holding it back, and that has to do with the way CBD is made. Most of the world's CBD is isolated from the cannabis plant, where it's prone to contamination from narcotic THC. The FDA estimates that 40% of consumer CBD products actually contain THC. This is a huge problem for consumers, and it's especially a big problem in Japan, where drug laws are very strict. So at Hyasynth, we've built a better way to make CBD using precision yeast fermentation. With our special designed strains of yeast that we built through 10 years of extensive R&D, we can convert simple sugar directly into CBD through fermentation. The whole process takes just 11 days, and we can do this without the need for any cannabis plants which are prone to contamination by THC. Our CBD is already cost effective, and we can typically double our production efficiency with just 1 year of R&D. We're not very far away from being able to produce CBD at a fraction of the cost of traditional plant sources. And so the product Hyasynth offers is our fermentation-derived CBD isolate, which is a 98% pure ingredient designed for businesses in the food and beverage or personal care sectors that want to make CBD products. It's highly pure, it's THC-free, and it's cost-effective. And with this product, we can help Japanese companies build the CBD products that consumers are demanding without any of the risks with working with cannabis. So you might be wondering why we're looking to launch this kind of technology in Japan. Well, Japan actually has one of the world's largest CBD markets, valued at over 300 billion yen. This is because Japan has very liberal regulations on the sale of CBD products. You can find CBD in Japan everywhere, in stores, coffee shops. I've also seen it in vending machines on the street, like this one here, multiple times. But the thing in Japan is that the current Japanese regulations forbid the import of CBD that is derived from hemp or cannabis flower, allowing only synthetic CBD, which leaves the market with very few cost-competitive options. There's also still a very strong stigma against cannabis in Japan, and the vast majority of Japanese companies I've talked to have a very strong preference for CBD that has not been sourced from cannabis. And so far, demand for our product in Japan has been pretty overwhelming. We have 26 pre-sale agreements from Japanese companies, totaling over 900 million yen in revenue. And we expect this to grow significantly in the coming years as we expand our production. To help us handle the demand in Japan, we just launched a new Japanese subsidiary headquartered in Tokyo this month. Toshihiko Ito, the founder of the Japan CBD Association, has joined our subsidiary as the president. And so if you'd like to learn more about us from a native Japanese speaker, please let me know and I'd be happy to connect you. And you can also visit the website of our subsidiary at www.hyasynthbio.jp. So we currently have no competitors actively producing fermentation-derived CBD. Many have tried, but so far all have failed, either closing or pivoting away from the cannabinoid space. Why have so many companies failed here? Well, from a technical perspective, compounds like CBD are very challenging to produce in cells like yeast and require extensive R&D. There's also a small army of existing patents that blocks companies from using key enzymes needed for cannabinoid biosynthesis. So how has Hyasynth been successful here, where all these competitors have failed? Well, over the past 10 years, we've developed a novel cannabinoid biosynthesis pathway that is significantly more efficient than the cannabis pathway and is protected by 6 patents globally, giving us clear freedom to operate. And so I have a little bit of a picture of the pathway here. I'm not going to go into this for the sake of time, but our novel pathway on the right here requires only 4 enzymes proprietary to Hyasynth, whereas people wanting to use the traditional cannabinoid biosynthesis route need to use this messy 11-step route with lots of impeding IP. So if you have any questions about this, please reach out, as we love to talk about our science. So if you'd like to work with us, there's currently 4 kinds of partners we're looking for. First and foremost, we're looking for companies that want to purchase our CBD isolate. So if you're a business, you want to get into CBD products, you're looking for a CBD source, please contact us. We'd love to help. We're also currently doing a new financing round. And so if there's any VCs out there, we're very interested in discussing for potential investment opportunities. We're also would like to speak to companies with fermentation and manufacturing capability, as we'd be very interested in becoming the first CBD in Japan that is domestically produced, as currently it's 100% imported to the country. And lastly, while our primary business model is B2B, we are interested in collaborating with a company to create a new consumer brand with our product that is made with our unique ingredient. And we think there'd be a lot of interesting opportunities for collaborations here. So that concludes our presentation. I'd love to take any questions if there are questions from the audience.
Okay, thank you very much. Very deep. Okay, are you planning to partner with major Japanese pharmaceutical companies?
Yes, we are. We're currently looking for partners in the pharma space. We already have partners more in the food and beverage and personal care space, but we are looking for pharma partners, yes.
Okay. Do your yeast produce CBD from sugar? As a special yeast, does CBD price become low?
Yeah, so the yeast, it's a specially designed yeast that we've built over 10 years. It produces CBD directly from sugar it consumes. And because sugar is so cheap, sugar is only about $1 or $2 per kilogram, we have the potential to produce CBD at a fraction of the cost of plant cultivation.
Okay, the next question. The Japanese society may be resistant to accepting CBD. How do you plan to respond?
Sorry, Makiko, could you repeat the question?
Okay, Japanese society may be resistant to accept CBD. How do you plan to respond to?
Yeah, I think CBD is something that a lot of people have been hesitant to accept. People, don't like the association with cannabis, but I think as time goes on, people are seeing that CBD is nothing to be afraid of. It's not psychoactive. There's no impact on you mentally. And I think as more people try these kind of products, as more people hear about these products, as regulations change, not only in Japan, but globally, that's going to drive higher adoption of CBD products across the world.
Yes, it's challenging, but that's why I think that's why you are doing your activities. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Alex, thank you very much. Yeah. Let's keep going together.
Yep. Thank you, Makiko.
Thank you. All right. Next company is from Switzerland again. Very good morning, Maria. Yes. The Nutrix. Yes. Nutrix, they provide the AI-powered SaaS platform. Yes. And for your well-being, stress management at home with Calogy Sense. Yeah, the solution package platform.
Thank you.
Okay. Maria, please tell us your product and the service.
Makiko-san, thank you so much, and good morning from Switzerland. I just came back from Japan, so I'm still in the Japanese time zone, so I'm very happy to connect with you and present our technology. So basically, globally, the workplace mental health and burnout are a challenge for employees and for the leaders. And it's estimated by the World Economic Forum that the burnout cost globally is around 322 billion. And in Japan, we have more than 50% of population that is stressed, and 1 in 3 employees in Japan is experiencing symptoms of burnout. So what we have, and yet the screening to evaluate the situation is basic, because what we mostly use are the questionnaires that are very subjective and does not present the full situation of the mental health of the person. So what we have developed is the sensor that non-invasively monitors the stress hormone, cortisol. We have 2 patents pending on this technology. We developed this at the university here in Switzerland with the support of the InnoSwiss, the Swiss innovation agency, and we are transferring to production by end of this year. So CortiSense enables precise at-home monitoring of cortisol, the stress hormone, and prevention of burnouts. So how it works is that we take a sample of the saliva with the cotton swab, and then we squeeze this and apply a drop of the saliva on the sensor, and then the information about the measurement is transferred via Bluetooth to our digital health ecosystem. So what is interesting about the stress and the new way that we are bringing for the monitoring is the possibility of doing those precise checkups of the stress hormone at home with these 4 points measurements that are this circadian cortisol pattern. So we measure in the morning, around noon, and then early in the evening. And with those points, we can know whether the person is chronically stressed, has a chronic fatigue, or is at risk of burnout. So as you can see, like here, for the chronic stress, the distribution of these points, the points by the end of the day would be higher than the normal, and this says that the person is chronically stressed. If those points are very low by end of the day, only, let's say, like we have 1 point in the morning, but it's still not so high, and then the rest of the points distributed on the lower end, then the person is with chronic fatigue, and then when the points are all very low, we are at risk of burnout. So this is data-driven assessment and evaluation of the mental health that we provide with our technology. And this is much, much better than what is currently available on the market. Because let's say, like from the company point of view, the companies are providing today the questionnaires because this is something that they can do in the office environment. They provide the questionnaire and that's it. You could do, let's say, like with the accuracy of CortiSense, let's say like the 24 hours urine collection, but then you get the average level of your cortisol during the day, or just one view when you take the blood sample. So CortiSense allows for the visualization at home of this stress curve. We can combine it with the questionnaire, and then we have the full evaluation of the person. And then it's integrated with all the rest of our powerful digital health ecosystem that provides the video consultations with medical team, personalized coaching, and much more. So as you can see here, we are collecting all of this data and analyze this and provide the support to the person, so that this is the extension of the CortiSense. So the important point here also is that we not only do the screening, but we also can do the coaching after. So the way how it works, we are providing this as subscription model. We are providing the device with the sensors to the company, provide after that the assessment of with the wellness report to the employee, and then if required, we are providing coaching so that the person can improve their mental health. The estimated cost depends on the size of the company, number of employees, but it's around $200 per person. So like on the high level timeline, we are now finishing our R&D, and we plan to open our subsidiary in Japan by end of this year, and plan the pilots with companies in Japan in the beginning of next year. So it's a perfect moment to talk with the companies and agree on those pilots, and this is basically what we are looking for. So the partners to pilot our technology, so the large corporates or smaller companies interested in the well-being of their employees. We look also for the clinical partners and regulatory experts. And with this, I am happy to connect with you and hear the questions. I also put here my QR code for the LinkedIn. If you would, I would be happy to connect up to this presentation as well. Thank you.
Hey, Maria, thank you very much. Okay, answer the question, please. Does your system include a security measure to protect the user's medical to protect the user's medical privacy? The companies who test their employees are responsible for this.
Yes, we have the ISO certification, ISO 27001 for the data security. So we take security very seriously.
Okay, good. Is your product, Cortizen, patented as a device for immediate measurement of cortisol? Patented?
Yes, we have 2 patents pending on the technology, and we plan to add additional patents.
Good. Okay, it is very good to be able to measure cortisol immediately. Can you think of a collaboration with researchers who want to monitor stress?
Yes, absolutely. And we also know that apart from this indication for the mental health, cortisol plays a crucial role in the metabolic health. So we are interested in conducting more research with the partners on the new use cases for our technology.
Great, good motivation. Okay, Maria, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That startup Nutrix and also next startups illumicell AI from Switzerland. They are nominated by our partner Swissnex in Japan. Okay, so illumicell AI. Yeah, today Michelle will be presenting their technology and the service. Okay. illumicell AI transforms sperm testing by integrating the patented AI algorithm with a unique sensor system. Okay, Michelle, please present your technology.
はい。で、アメリカから、ボストンアメリカから、こんばんは、皆さん。ビアツキンシェルのイルミセルの使用をよろしくお願いします。Hi, we are illumicell, and we are here to democratize access to fertility care. Many people and many doctors don't know, but sperm testing is one of the worst performed diagnostic tests in medicine. 1 in 5 couples worldwide is struggling with fertility issues, and men contribute to half of those issues. But when people hear fertility, they think of women. Yet the diagnostic and therapeutic focus is on women these days. And we looked in why that is. And currently, all of the sperm tests are being conducted in specialized labs worldwide, both in Japan and in the United States, which is a very slow and archaic process, which is manual. So it requires highly specialized workers, and it has a very high margin of error. For patients, this means they have to go to specialized locations. They have to pay extra money, and that's really stressful for them. And we're solving that with 2 technologies. On one hand, we have a device, which is a scanner, that allows us to visualize the sperm cells. And on the other hand, we combine that with state-of-the-art machine learning algorithms that allows us to analyze all key parameters of sperm with 98% of accuracy, 50 times faster, and 20 times cheaper than anything out there in the market right now. What does this mean? For clinicians, it means suddenly you don't need to do sperm tests in a lab. You can do it at your physician's office, whether it's a gynecologist or your general practitioner. You have instant analyses, consistent and reliable results without needing an operator. A nurse can perform it. And most importantly, it generates additional revenue, which is important for doctors. And for patients, it becomes more accessible. It's way more affordable, and it gives them a peace of mind. We do that using two pieces of technology. One is a digital holographic microscopy, which gives us a 5 times bigger field of view, but it gives us information in 3D. So actually, we have multiple layers we can look at, and we combine that with multiple machine learning algorithms that have been trained and patented of over 300 samples in human beings. So currently, doctors are referring tests to specialized labs that often don't get performed. And what we're doing here is decentralizing the whole system so that doctors can perform those tests in-house. We have over 25 letters of intent from industry giants, including Boston IVF, Stanford, Harvard Chan, and multiple clinics within Japan as well. We have an amazing advisory board spanning multiple continents and specialties. My name is Dr. Michelle Bieletsky. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of illumicell. I co-founded this with Jayla, who's a former McKinsey consultant, and Lou, who's a former rocket scientist. And we have an amazing machine learning engineer on board, who's a former particle physicist from CERN and has 10 years of experience in AI in healthcare, and Anna, who's a senior optics engineer. What we're looking for is partly funding. We are raising a $2 million pre-seed round. $1.2 million at this point is committed. We have over half a dozen Japanese investors, both institutional as well as angels are there, as well as partnerships with potential industry partners for pilots in the future, whether it's for animal use or for human use. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Okay, I think you got the question. Not yet. Okay, you got. Sorry. Fertility. Fertility clinics and the university hospital, your target?
It is a potential target, but it depends on the hospital. If they have in-house capabilities, we can help them automate certain systems. However, if they have satellite clinics from which they are referring patients into the hospital, then we can streamline their operations. So it's very dependent on the current system of that specific hospital.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Are you thinking of applying this to the livestock industry?
That is actually an extremely interesting question. Yes, this would be an excellent pilot because there is a minimum of regulation, but our technology is currently mature enough to immediately start with the livestock industry. So I think it would be very interesting to do a pilot within the livestock industry, and we would very much welcome this.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I believe that. Okay. The question for you is all. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you.
Okay. The last startup for this session is CompreVie from Austria. Yes, they are selected and nominated and selected by our new partner, that is TUBIN Innovation Incubation Center, I2C. So Elizabeth, very, very good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes. Yeah. Are you presenting?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm presenting and I'm going to share my screen with you. And of
Yes.
course, ask
Yes.
the million-dollar question. Can you see my presentation?
Yes. So
Okay.
CompreVie is a pioneer. They create a human-like mechanically active organs and tissues for lab testing. Yeah, very deep technology. Okay, Elizabeth, are you ready? Please switch to the presenter
Yes.
mode. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. My name is Elisabeth Paves-Loret, and I'm here to present CompreVie, where we are humanizing preclinical testing and drug development. As we all know, we've been in this incredible journey with the development of so many technological advancements over the decades. And that, of course, is incredible by itself. Unfortunately, we have not been able to do the same for drug development, which has actually gone slower and pricier with time. One of the reasons for that, and actually the key reason for this, is that we are lacking the technology to accurately predict human response prior to clinical trials. One of the reasons for that is that limitation of current models, either be it in vitro models in the preclinical stage or the animal models used in the preclinical stage in the later stages. That gives us an in vitro modeling technique which is simplistic and can't really cope with the long-term studies which needs to be done in animal testing. That leaves us with substances that are failing tremendously on the clinical phases, and that costs money and time. One of the organs that is actually very active in this process is the skin, where 1/4 of all the tests are actually for toxicology and efficacy done in this organ. The skin is also one of the organs, not being just the largest organ of the body, but also one of the ones that we have actually a lot of people suffering from different conditions that are at the moment either non-treated or not find a cure for. The solution is, from our side, a smart skin biochip service streamlining R&D, bridging the in vitro preclinical trial concept directly with the clinical trials. This leaves a higher human predictive accuracy. It also gives the first true long-term in vitro model and a multifunctional device architecture. It fuses decades actually of human biology in vitro modeling technique with an incredible state-of-the-art platform, a chip platform that gives not only accuracy in biology, but also the physiological concept, the movement of our body, of our body's organs. That is giving at the end a living, moving human skin system. It gives our customers no concept of integration time and cost because we are doing the job for them, and also reduce R&D time, not to mention the reliance on animal models. These products, we are not a product and we are not an organic company. We are the first commercial skin on chip concept, which is 100% human, grown and maintained on chip. It is without any hydrogels and scaffolds. It's therefore an authentic microenvironment, and also superior with longevity, meaning that we can keep this going on in the lab for 6 months. It is also mechanically active, as I mentioned before. As you can imagine, we have 2 parts here of actually competitors. We have the phalanx of in vitro models that are presented now for this type of tests, and also the animal models, because we are nudging in to the chronic longevity tests that needs to be done. That means that we are doing that. We are also we have a mechanically active organ and a full service concept that models and analysis and also reports back to our customers, which is our business model. The beauty with this is that we, at the moment, can actually do already pre-market revenues in the efficacy and toxicological tests with pilot testers, etc. And also this concept, this unit, this platform, service platform, is scalable in 2 concepts. It's scalable because it's a biochip concept, but also because the unit of people that are working with this can actually be scaled and also put in different parts of the world. We are entering different lucrative market segments, as well as being able to service our customers in different segments as well. Be it by the biotech industry, academia, cosmetics, with lower regulatory concepts in mind. And then when we are launching in 2028, we are also going to be able to cater for pharma, food industry, and clinics. Our major company milestones until now, we are quite a young company. We have been able to get approved grants for over 1 million euros. We have an investor on board, going from an idea and a piece of paper to proof of concept, having a pilot customer, as well as being accepted to this wonderful Japanese accelerator program, and are having fruitful collaborations. The team that we are at the moment is me, the CEO, and also the lead in the scientific concepts, together with Iphigenia, the other co-founder, our CTO, and Luis Pichel-Caster, our tech developer, both of them incredibly equipped with knowledge in biochip concepts and so on. We are currently welcoming pilot testers and collaborator partners in the different segments that I mentioned, and being able to see what the needs of our testers are in concepts of full thickness skin models, chronic substance exposure, etc., and also for us being able to see product market fits and opportunities to collaborate, either pilot tested concepts or otherwise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Very great presentation. The question, will you become the first skin-on-chip provider?
We are not going to provide our product. We are actually going to be fully a service concept. So we are not going to ship our technology or our device to another lab. We're going to have them in our units, in our service laboratory units.
Okay. Yes. The next question. How accurately do you think your skin on chip will be able to predict a human response?
It is accurately at the moment, even at now, having a TLR3, which is a readiness level which is not ready for market yet. We are able to predict many different things because the model, the human biology that is inside this wonderful system, that human biology has been developed and validated already. So we have been able to see how it can predict concepts in anything from, for example, drug development to situations in actually model both malignant and normal skin. Aging has been also been able to be modeled, etc., etc. So we are quite confident that we can do that.
Okay. The cosmetic company, a large cosmetic company, would be good target. Do you think so?
Yes, absolutely. That's one of our groups, of our target groups, that, of course, also due to the fact that they have a lower regulatory concept, we are able to cater for their needs even sooner than our launch in 2028.
Okay, great, good answer. Elizabeth, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, the morning session, part 1 session, already finished. So we introduced AI data, IPS, and the energy sector, Greentech, three company, and six companies from healthcare, medical. So we showcased 10 startups in this session. Yeah, the practical product and the advanced software, hardware, and the innovative biotech. Yeah, various startups. But the common sense that they think about the challenges in society and they develop the solution, they offer the solution. Yeah, and they are going to solve the challenges. Yeah, so and they are looking for their partners to grow up their business and the technology. So please contact us anytime if you are interested in the startup, and if you want to learn about our startups more, and if of course if you want to make the meeting conversation with them, please let us know. Yes, and yeah, very deep startup. So please cool down, have a lunch, and come back to the session 2 that will start 2 hours later. I will showcase the rest of startups. That is 7 startups, I believe. Okay, so finish this session. Thank you very much for. Oh, sorry, 3 hours later. It will start at 3 p.m. in Japan. Yes, okay. Thank you. Okay, so finish this session. So startups, thank you very much. Great performance. Okay, see you soon and 3 hours later. Bye-bye. Thank you.